everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about a tiny Sheaffer, and that is a Sheaffer Tuckaway, and this is a pocket pin Sheaffer. I haven't talked about Sheaffer a lot on this channel because I don't own many Sheaffers. I know that James has one, which I've never talked about because it needs repairing. Then I've talked about a Sheaffer of my own. This one I am borrowing, and I'm going to do a nice review about. It's such a cute little pen. All right, let us switch a shot and go to the details. All right, here we have a close-up of the Tuckaway, or as I am used to calling it, the Tucky. So this is a vintage fountain pen, and it has been around for a long time. Not that they make them anymore, but the vintage ones have been around for a long time. They were made in between 1940s and 1950s, and they were just like a purse or pocket pen that people could carry very easily. Now, this version is the Prussian Blue version. There are many different versions around with some have metal caps, some are just completely black. Like there's like a variation of these pens and different generations. Now I must say I do not know exactly which generation this is. I have tried looking it up, and there might be a date stamp on the nib that could figure it out, but I am not that savvy or knowledgeable about vintage Sheaffers, so I'm not completely sure. Just know that it is an old pen, and it has like a vac filler system, and I just know that it's very cute. One of my favorite things about this pen is the tiny clip that it has, and I cannot imagine using this clip. It is very usable, but it is so small that I would still worry about losing this pen. Look how tiny baby clip that is. I'm trying to see if I have a different pen here. I do. This is an M600. Naturally, it is a much bigger pen, but also look at the clip difference. It's like such a tiny nubbin, and I love it. I believe the vac fillers were called touchdown fillers. As I said, I did some research on this, but because I don't know specifically what year this is from, I don't exactly know that. This is a pen made in the USA, in Fort Madison, Iowa, apparently, where that is where Sheaffer Company was located. And then here is a ridged knob, which is the filler knob. You can unscrew it, pull it out, and then plunge it down. That's why I call it a vac filler. Cap band is just plain gold, no text on it. And that's about it for the outside, except of course the white dot. Some of the Sheaffers have a white dot, others don't. And let us look at the nib. It's a screw cap. When I got this, I thought it would be a pull cap, but it's a screw cap. As you can see, silver threads, and then a ridged section. Now, this feels pleasant, this ridged section, but it was a pain to clean ink off of. It was really annoying. I got it clean, but it was just a pain in the butthole. The nib. I love Sheaffer nibs. They do a range of types of nibs. Like they have a lot of integrated nibs, which I love, but this is also a very good looking nib. It's a two-tone nib with a heart-shaped breather hole. It's 14K nib. It's an extra fine. When I say extra fine, I mean it. It is such a fine nib. Lots of Sheaffer nibs have an upward tilt. This doesn't really have that. I think that's an integrated nib thing. There's the feed, and then back to the nib. This is a small pen. As you can see, I can definitely use it unposted, but I can use most pocket pens unposted. Posting this feels really good. It's a really nicely balanced pen. Of course, it was made to be posted. Often these pocket pens are made to be posted, so the balance is just really good. I can write like this, but I definitely prefer to post this one. Which is rare because I don't often post my pens. And yeah, this is just a really cute little unique pocket pen. Sheaffer in general is one of those brands that I would like to get into more. I haven't been able to do it really because I don't know, vintage pens always kind of make me nervous, and I cannot restore pens. So if I buy something on eBay, for example, I would have to have it restored. I do know people who do it, but like everyone is super busy. So I haven't like taken the plunge yet fully. I must say there were a lot of pens at the pen store, but of course you pay premium there for restored pens. Now, if you want one of your own, you can find them anywhere from like $50 to $150. Like it depends on the finish and whether they've been restored. But yeah, I saw Peyton Pens used to have one for $100. They don't have it anymore, so it's hard to gauge the price. But yeah, that is about the price range. Now I'm going to do a writing sample. What I've noticed about this pen that is, it's so fine and it's quite dry that the first downstroke doesn't always work. That's how fine and like tight the tines are. Tight the tines. Okay. Drop the cap. Let's post it again and let's zoom in a little bit. So, Sheaffer Tuckaway. Oh, did I write that off camera? Let's do that again. Sheaffer Tuckaway. I'm very smart today. Must be the weather. It's really warm in Georgia today. Well, in the weekend it was really cold. This is an extra fine nib, which is an actual, I would say this is an actual extra fine. It's not bad. It's okay. I've been liking broader nibs more, so my preference goes out to something broader, but it writes really well, even though it is a little dry. The ink is a Diamine ink. Diamine ink. It is Bilberry, which is a very wet ink. The owner, the infamous Dr. Brownie, told me ink it with something wet, and Bilberry is very wet. And all in all, this is just a really cute little pen. I think I do want one, but I would get one with a broader nib. But that is something that is very personal, and people who like extra fine nibs would love this pen. This nib, it's a vintage nib. Not all vintage nibs are flexible. If you give it a little bit of push, it lets more ink out. But this is a stiff nib, and don't expect the Sheaffer you buy to be flexible. Especially like if you have this extra fine nib, it's very hard. But yeah, still good fun to write with, good fun to look at. I'm still obsessed with that tiny clip. Like, how cute is that? And also, would you clip this t-shirt? Question. Let me know in the comments. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video about a vintage pocket pen. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.